What's good, y'all? It's King of the Root, aka the Cursed Prophet, aka Roman Elijah Heru, aka Afro, aka King of the Appalachians, aka King of the Roots. See, I try to be cute, but you know what? Anywho, so many different names. But it ain't what they call you; it's what you answer to. I've been sitting here wondering, and I've been thinking, and I've been thinking this for a long time, and I've thought this about a lot of stuff and a lot of information that has come out. A lot of us for a long time were saying we were in the age of Aquarius, and then we were like, that's why all this information is being revealed. It's time. We're living in a certain energy. We knew it was coming. But I always sit and think and say to myself, and to others, whenever the elites and those who really have the power and control, whenever they release a lot of information to us, especially information that has been hidden and they have tried to hide and even killed some of us for trying to seek this information, or like we had Roswell, people used to go out there to Area 51. People used to go out to these places and try to truth seek and try to catch certain stuff on camera. And with UFOs, people have allegedly seen UFOs and caught it on camera and had encounters with extraterrestrials, and they have done so much to try to keep us from exposing this to the world if this stuff happens, or us finding out what we may call the truth. And now with all this information coming out, you have to sit and wonder, why are they telling us now? And I had a lady who is an occultist tell me, a lot of the stuff that we are practicing now, or a lot of the stuff that they have now released to us, or they're letting us practice, that used to be once very secretive, it must not be working, and they must have moved on to something bigger and better. And that makes a lot of sense. I mean, especially with the black community, a lot of people are getting back into the Orishas, into Mayambe, into root work, into hoodoo. And a lot of us call it the new age, and like I said, we believe that it's because of a certain energy, and this is where we were always headed, and it's happening because of this time and the time that we're in. But like I said, you have to wonder, why are they releasing certain things to us? Why are they letting us practice certain things? Why is it this whole train of everybody wanting to get back to their roots, especially as black people, and not just black people but all the races? Why is it like this train, or this whole energy of everybody getting back into root work and hoodoo and orishas and witchcraft and Wicca and paganism? And why is it being more accepted? And I do really believe that if they're letting us practice this stuff now, and it's not being hidden, and people aren't getting injured or hurt, or taken out for exposing the stuff, or even practicing it, or having YouTube pages and being able to now share it and be open with it, it must be something to it, and they must have moved on to something bigger and better. And this energy must not be important to them anymore, because anything that is working and is the real deal and is really making these folks successful, they don't share with us. And some people may get upset, but that's the hierarchy of the world. Everything has a hierarchy, and it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be people who are on top. Even in the Bible, God talks about the slave master and the slave themselves, and he talks about the king and then the king's people. It's always a hierarchy. It's always somebody who's above you. There's always an order. There's always somebody you answer to, even down to religion. There is somebody who is above us, regardless if you believe in multiple gods or you believe in a one God religion like Christianity. There is somebody who is above you. And a lot of people, what they don't realize, especially this is for my melanated beings and my melanated people, a lot of you don't realize that a lot of this stuff does not work for us. And I've had some occult sisters and brothers say, that's because it's not in our language, and because a lot of it was it has been washed in the Spanish language, or you know, it's a mixture of it's Afro-Cuban, or it's Afro-Latin, or you know. And the reason why it worked for our ancestors, if you indeed are even a bloodline to some of these ancestors, because a lot of us just believe that, you know, you're black, so you know voodoo is what you practice. But you know, not all of us practice that. Some of us were heavy Christians. Some of us do belong in Christianity. Some of us belong in Satanism. Some of us belong in paganism. Some of us belong in this religion. Some of us belong in atheism, and or to nothing at all. But you can't just clump yourself like they do, and a lot of that comes from our past and how they clump us together. You know, all black people do this, all black people are supposed to be doing that. But like I was getting to, you know, like I said, my godmom and like I said, some other brothers and sisters, a lot of them do be saying like a lot of this like Orisha shit don't work for them. Or a lot of you guys don't even realize it's not working for you. You know, you go hard, you get your altars, you get your statues, you watch your YouTube videos, you get your books, you know, you go hard, and the shit don't even work for you, and you don't realize it. And like I said, one is because it's not in your language. Two, you don't go out and learn the language, or you don't understand it. And then three, like I said, we have probably elevated onto something bigger and better, because a lot of people are saying, you know, we don't need to, we don't even need altars. But a lot of people who say that, they believe that we're supposed to be so elevated that we should not be working with altars, and we're bigger and better than that. And I believe that, but some of us, you know, I like my altars, I like my statues, I like my stuff like that, but I do believe that we are supposed to be so powerful, or in a space of power, that we don't need this shit anymore, because really all of this is props. That's all it comes down to. The power is within you. You know, that's why God, when we talk about the Bible, he didn't say, you know, I'm going to put the Holy Ghost or the power into a charm or something for you to carry around. He said, you know, I put the power and I instill it inside of you, into your vessel, you know. But what I was really trying to get at is why? Why are they sharing certain stuff with us? Why are they letting us practice this stuff? Why are we allowed to know about the Illuminati? Why is it right in your face? You know, part of it is because they're laughing at us, and they know that none of us will, a lot of us, even though we do believe it, we won't step out. We won't go against them. We're too scared. We want to be famous. A lot of you guys are under mind control or programming. Excuse me, I had to get something to drink. I got hot mouth. Been hitting that herb. But yeah, so I just always sit around and wonder, like, why now? Why can we know certain stuff now? Why is it such a trend? And it makes me wonder, are they really tricking us? Because it sounds a lot like the Bible, how they talked about this one world religion and the one world government. And maybe not necessarily the Bible, you can't quote me on the one world government, but like it sounds a lot like what we were predicting and conspiracy theorists were talking about. And we're definitely headed in that way, but had they tricked us? Because it seems like if you're not Christian, then you're practicing witchcraft. And more, you're, like I said, you're finding people in hoodoo and voodoo, and a lot of them aren't practicing it authentically, but we'll just call it that for lack of better words. But a lot of you guys are practicing this stuff, including me, and have they tricked the black folk especially? Because anytime they want us to lead us, they need to lead us in a certain way, and they want to do it quickly, and successfully. The elite, they always use black folk, because people will follow us. People love us. As much as they want to say they hate us, they love us, and we're powerful. And if it wasn't for us, I mean, the Christian church would not be where it was. I mean, the Christian church, I mean, most people, besides those who are not sticking to their race and to their customs and traditions, would rather go to a black church than go to a white church, because, you know, they think ours is bumping and it's jumping and we're hallelujahing everywhere and we're jumping around, and, you know, it's energy and it's power, and which it is. But like I said, we have to wonder, are they tricking us by now releasing this information to us, by making us think that we have now unlocked something and now we have the keys to knowledge, but really just leading us exactly where the devil, quote unquote, the devil wants us to be? Like, you guys don't find it funny that now we can entertain these energies and we can practice? Not saying that it was illegal, which it is illegal in certain states and always has been, to practice witchcraft and work and certain things, but like, you just have to wonder, like, and now we're all into it, and now everybody thinks they're a king and queen, but none of us black folk, most of us are not acting like king and queens, you know, even with these new doctrines. You guys understanding what I'm saying? I just find it weird, and it makes me wonder. I always go back and forth. I'm definitely one of those people they talk about in the Bible who is struggling with are we supposed to be, you know, Christians and living this way, or you know, because a lot of us, like I said, we want to follow the hoodoo and the voodoo and the root work and the Santeria and whatever, because, you know, we feel like something was stolen from us, which it was, and we want to get back into our roots. And we feel like this is what our ancestors, a lot of them were practicing, and this is where the power is. And we see the elite, they're successful with this and successful with it, and we know that it was our power and they've been using it, so we must be supposed to use it too. But are they leading us astray? Did they trick us? Are they tricking us and leading us down a rabbit hole that we should not be going to? Are they leading us straight into hell? Quote unquote hell. Is this wrong? And then two, are any of you really looking at your work to see if you're really manifesting with the Santeria and the voodoo and the hoodoo and the root work? Are you looking? Because like I said, a lot of us, it does not work. Santeria really does not work for me. And I remember going out and printing off all my little saints and pictures of the main seven, the Shango, the Oshun, the Yemiyas, the Obatalas, and printing it off, and like just feeling like I didn't resonate with any of them. Like, yeah, I have attributes and characteristics in that way, and yeah, it feels good to know my beings and the gods that have my blood and are of my bloodline and my ancestors, but a lot of them I didn't resonate with, or I just like the more I learned, I'm just like, I don't feel connected to that either. And that's why I want some of you guys to branch out more. Some of you don't belong in voodoo or hoodoo. Some of you belong in that fucking church. Some of you belong in Satanism. Some of you belong over here. Everybody that is black that's not supposed to be practicing voodoo or hoodoo or root work. Some of you are supposed to be Buddhist. Some of you are supposed to be this and that. You know? But I want you to ask that question. I'm not trying to lead you out of the root word or the Santeria or with your gods and your deities and your ancestor veneration and honoring them. I just want you to ask, like, why are y'all giving us this information now? Why are we allowed to unlock it now? Why are we allowed to practice it so openly now? So this is part one of this discussion. I know I rambled and I was kind of all over the place, and there's a lot of points to be made in this, but I want you guys to wonder, and then I want you guys to really look at your work and see if you're manifesting with the voodoo or Santeria. Even some of you who are initiated, are you manifesting with this shit? Is it really working? Because like I said, for our ancestors, it was different. A lot of them were in these countries, and a lot of them spoke the language. And a lot of them can trace back their roots, and a lot of them, there's a reason why we have Oris, and you know, everybody's got a different Ori. I think that's what they call it. And that's like the spirit that governs your crown, or the spirit who chose you. Everybody has that one main spirit in these paths and religions, like Santeria and voodoo and Mayambe, Palamayambe. But a lot of them too, a lot of their families make deals with some of these spirits, so you come in knowing from birth or from a certain age that, yeah, I'm supposed to roll with Oshun or Cholowenge, or I'm supposed to I have a pact, my family has a pact with Kalunga, so I owe them something, or I'll always have a altar of them, or you know. So this is part one. Just think.